friends, welcome to another video. Today's review is The Immortal by Gina Showalter, and it is book 2 of the Immortals, the Rise of the Warlords novel, book 2. You can read these all individually, or you can read them as a series. I mean, it makes a little bit more sense if you read them in order, but they're almost standalones, but like they are connected. I got this from my library, and I got the first one from my library as well. I'll put the link in the description box below for book 1 and book 3 after I've read it. Halo Fanian, assassin of gods, is as cold and merciless as a machine. For victory, he will cross any line. When tasked to kill 12 of mythology's fiercest monsters in 24 hours, Halo eagerly accepts. Except each morning, he awakens to the same day, forced to relive it over and over again. Only one other person retains their memory, the beauty who threatens his iron control. Ophelia the Flunkout hates her disaster of a life. She's the family disappointment, a harpy warrior without a kill, and powerless. Or is she? Every night, she's doomed to repeat her own murder, but every morning she rises to spar with Halo, a ruthless warlord increasingly determined to save her and lure her to his bed. Halo's insatiable desire for the stubborn Ophelia drives him wild, and he only craves more. If he remains in the time loop, they stay together, but if he escapes, they lose each other forever. What is that? He's picking leaves off of the plant. Alright, so this is obviously romantasy. It is fiction, it is fantasy. They are immortals, basically. She's an immortal, he's an immortal. They're warriors. They're both from warrior tribes. The main characters are obviously Ophelia and Halo. And I completely forgot to write down the other characters' names because that's how I do it. The main god is Erebus, Erebus, and Chaos. And they're the Erebus. So what is Halo? Halo is an Astra Planeta warlord. And there's I think there's 12 of them. So there's probably going to be more books. This one was only written last year, and the newest one, I can't remember when it is, was published last year or early this year. I'm unsure, but they have to fight each other, and the Astra have to do so many tasks and win the tasks to win 500 years of undefeated battles. And if they lose, then they get 500 years of victory. If they lose, Erebus, the Deathless, Master of Depths, the Dark Ones, he wins 500 years. Or they lose and they get 500 years of utter defeat. So I'm trying to remember the names of the other ones besides Chaos and Halo. Chaos is the sort of the god that is the judge of all of these tasks. Trying to remember the name. Her best friend's name is Vivian. Rock is the leader of the Astra, and he is the main character of book 1 with him and his woman, who is the leader of the Harpies. I'm trying to remember her name. It's in here recently. I'm just trying to find it. Talia. And then there's Talia. Those are basically the main characters. There's a few other Astra and Harpies mentioned, but it's because they freeze every day in the time loop. The only ones who aren't frozen is Halo and Ophelia and Erebus. So they're the main characters. Anyway, Halo's trying to complete the task while falling in love with Ophelia. It is very spicy, definitely 18 plus. The last one was also very spicy. It is a fun book. They are flirty, they are silly, there is a ton of banter. I call these ones fluff smut. I mean, it is kind of serious. Like, there's an actual storyline and everything to do with the tasks that each of the warriors has to perform, and she does a very good job at like getting that all done properly. Also, Halo's tasks are based on Hercules' 12 tasks, so some of them there's no deaths involved, but only a few. Most of them he's battling something. I won't give too much away about that and how Ophelia has to, because I mentioned in the thingy that Ophelia has to face her death regularly. It's not every day that she dies, but it's frequently. But of course, she comes back every day because it's a time loop. But they obviously get it all figured out. It's all hunky dory. That's how it works. But a good, fun, light read. I didn't find it overly serious. I didn't see any crazy twists thrown in per se. Definitely no dragons in this one. There might have been a couple plot holes, but I wasn't really paying attention. I don't look for plot holes. Definitely romance, definitely enemies to lovers, definitely forced proximity, because he's trying to protect her. He's trying to figure out why she's the only one that wasn't frozen in the first place. Some parts were predictable, but it wasn't like overly predictable. There were moments where I actually laughed out loud. Like I said, it was a light, fun read. Didn't give me overly strong emotions per se. You can definitely see the character growth and the change in Halo and Ophelia as they progress and learn to face their feelings. Halo had a big issue with that, and there's actually the first chapter is a little bit of his youth, so it explains why he's so emotionally stunted, and Ophelia helps bring that out in him. I'm trying to think of other books I've read that it reminds me of. If you've read anything else by Gina Showalter, it reminds me of her. Oh, I can't remember the name of that other author now. Reminds me of them a little bit. Sorry, a truck just drove by my window and it made me glance up. I can't remember her name for the life of me. But she also does the fun, flirty, banter romances that are also steamy, but also have like a decent plot line. Like, not a really meaty plot line like Sarah J. Maas or Jennifer Armentrout, but definitely a good plot line, not overly complicated. I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Writing is great, plot is engaging, the characters, you can see their growth. Not necessarily a crazy page turner, and I don't think I'll reread it. I don't want to own it, but I found it fun and entertaining. I was just reading the names of the authors on the back who've reviewed it. None of them are the ones I was thinking of. It's bugging me that I can't remember her name. Levi, what are you doing? He's just doing his own thing there. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend if you like the fun, flirty romances, if you don't care that it is fantasy. I hope you enjoy. Please check it out, The Immortal by Gina Showalter. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed that review, and I will see you all in the next video. What are you doing?